Yeah, mate, we got hards on. We're going to the end.
Hello. Wait, no. Australian. That's not good. I could go upside down, but that joke is the most overplayed thing in the world, and I hate how I hate admins of these F1 accounts thinking they're Ricky Gervais. The jokes non-stop as if they're fucking. I am kind of sick. You can probably hear it. Hards on, hards on. Welcome back, hards on. We've got our hards on, and we're going to the end. We're going to the end, boys. As you know, or as you don't know, because I've only started doing this now, but we've got sectors now, aka segments. But sectors is more F1 themed. It's more Formula One themed. So we say sectors instead of segments because it sounds better and it fits the theme of Formula One. Those segments, fuck. Those sectors are. Right, yeah, I'm not got a blocked nose. I got a runny nose, but I'm speaking like it's blocked, so it doesn't run too much. Yeah, just to say that. Section 1, rate my quali, which is basically where we rate the quali out of 10 because quali to me, I say this a lot, it's interesting for the ends of each qualifying, like Q1, Q2, Q3, and it's a lot of just sort of waiting around for it to get interesting. And I'd rather talk about the quali as a whole than individual drivers' performances. Then we'll go to the race rundown and then the soft, medium, hard awards. Quali, if I had to rate it out of 10, first one I'm rating this season because I didn't rate the first two. It's the first one of the season I didn't watch because I'm in en français at the moment. En français. And I checked what time quali is. It said 6 in the morning BST, forgetting that I'm not in British summertime time. So it's not like I missed it. I woke up, I saw it hours ago, but it's just kind of like, I'm fucking fucked right now. And I've either got to stay up for an hour to watch that to then go back to bed because I can't. Like, 6 in the morning to me is probably 4 in the morning to most people. I'm really bad in the mornings, out of just laziness, sort of just not being used to it. Like when I get a job somewhere, I'm kind of like, yo, can you give me evenings? I'll close. I don't mind. I'll do closing shifts. I'll fucking do night shifts. I've done a bunch of night shifts because I'm just like, I'd rather do a night shift like 8 till whenever in the morning. Just really like unsociable hours, whatever, just really weird, like working weekends at night or whatever. Um, just being fucking tired all the time, then having to get up at like 8, even 8 in the morning. I don't know how I used to do it anyways, for school. We're going to talk about Formula One here. Yeah, so I was just kind of like, I've either got to stay up for an hour or try and go back to sleep and then set another alarm for an hour's time, and it takes me long to fall asleep, so I'm probably only going to sleep for like half an hour. And I just thought, and also, I'm not in my current country, so let's just say it's a little bit trickier to find ways to watch the races and stuff. So I just thought I can't be able to figure this out right now. I should have thought about it before. So I didn't watch it. I just tried to ignore what happened and then find the race review on YouTube, which told me what happened in a fun enough way, which was basically Perez went into the gravel trap, which was fun. It's nice to see one of the cars fucking up. Like, when I say one of the cars, I mean one of the Red Bulls, one of the overpowered cars fucking up. Would have been nice if it was Max, but he probably would have still just won from P20 anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Um, Perez fucks up. Albon makes it to Q3, and I did say that's something I wanted to happen. I just said make it to Q2 actually. So he exceeded expectations. I was proud. I was happy. I wasn't proud, I was just happy. Um, they cock teased or bull rubbed or no, cock teased was probably right. There was teasing. Um, when I saw Hamilton put it on pole, not that I was like, oh, Hamilton's going to stick this on pole. I knew Verstappen was going to take pole, not because I saw something, just because it was, it's obvious. I know what world we're living in. I'm not that out of touch. He posted like 5 tenths ahead of him. But I just thought, oh, he's put it on pole. He's definitely out qualifying George. George has got a 3-0 qualifying now against Hamilton, and I guess he has missed on Saturday. But still, it's just kind of like 3-0 is not great. But that being said, I think Hamilton has a 3-0 over George, or maybe a 2-1 in race trim or whatever, if that's the right word this season. Anyway, if I had to rate rate this quali out of 10, I would probably go. I'm trying to be realistic of how good qualis are actually going to get when you got two cars that are basically on steroids. I'm gonna say it was pretty good. I'd probably give that a solid 7.5. There was a red flag in it. Red flag. That's always going to mean something interesting's happened. It was a Red Bull that caused it. Williams gets to Q3. And the Mercedes almost, they had two on in the top three. They had something going on there. To me, I didn't see it live. I didn't see the whole thing, but I'm thinking I'm gonna start off with a solid 7.5 out of 10 for that quali, into rate my quali. Moving into sector 2, the race rundown. This is the meat and potatoes. This is the bunda of the episode. It's the juicy part we're holding on to that everyone loves. Don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. And I did watch this. I found my ways, all legally, of course. No, seriously. No, but seriously. Anyway, I liked it. 3 red flags. Now, I remember watching Formula One only recently, the first time I ever watched it. And when I was watching it, there was a red flag in one of the earlier races I saw. I think it was the race where Pierre Gasly won at Monza, or is it Imola? Fuck, I don't know. One of those. I'm going to say Monza. Fuck, or is it Imola? Okay, I don't know. Same place where the McLaren 1-2 happened, I think. And there was a red flag in that race. I remember at the time the commentators were going on like, red flags never happen. We've only had like 2 of these in the last decade. Or maybe I'm being dramatic, but they're saying something like that. And it was going on like this is such a rare thing, and how I felt, in that moment I felt, wow, I'm so lucky. It's such great timing to get into a sport, and something really rare is happening. It's really interesting. And the front 3 was like Gasly, Stroll at the time. It was all just weird signs. People, it's like, oh my god, this is so crazy and fun. But then, fast forward like 18 months, 3 has just happened in one race. So, don't know if they were bullshitting me, or if, we just give red flags out for anything now. But the first one was like, there was a bit of gravel on track. There was basically a bit of dirt, bit of dust. Red flag the race. Too dangerous. It's like you can get a puncture or something. That's the fun of the stuff. Second one, yeah, fair enough. There was a lot of damage, as Hamilton said. There's a lot of damage out here, man. Oh, I got a lot of damage. I should probably do like radio of the race as well, because I'm really into I'm really into radios. I love radios. Is such a great part of Formula One. It's so underrated. Yeah. And when Hamilton said that, I just thought, well, yeah, you would say that, but you'd love a flag right now. It would do wonders for you, because I think this one, no, it was the first one that was great for him, because Russell had just pitted, and then but anyway, that one was a bit more fair. Whole tire came off, and then the third one, it's like it wasn't really a red flag in the same way. It was kind of just them saying, right, we're stopping this now. We're stopping this fucking madness. It's done. We're not going to get any more race laps in. Sainz tags Alonso. The 2 Alpines take each other out. You got the McLarens going up some places. He had Tsunoda P5, had Hulkenberg P4. If they kept it like that, Hulkenberg could have got his first ever podium, potentially. Because if they kept it like that and then gave Sainz a penalty for tagging Alonso, you could have seen a Hulkenberg fucking podium. But that's all for another. That's a different reality, mate. Maybe in another world, Hulkenberg's a world champion, but I'm living in this world where he's a Haas driver with 0 podiums. That's all I'm going to say. Gunther Steiner, not happy. Look. If you're a George Russell fan, you're going to be thinking, oh, it's a bit unfair. George got a bit unlucky there. But, I just think George on the radio sometimes, he gets a bit... I do like it. It's entertaining. But he's definitely... How do I say this? He's upgraded his trousers. When he was at Williams, he was wearing his little Williams pants, his little Williams hat on, and he hasn't came to Mercedes. And he hasn't still got those little Williams pants on. Now he's got his big boy pants, and he's fitted into I'm a Mercedes driver. I know what I want. I want to get my shit. And I think a lot of drivers are like that. They're not afraid to step into a car after just coming out of their F2 season and start swearing at people, being like, "Get this fucking right for me, get that fucking right for me." Whatever what you think about that, you know, it's like you'll hear Russell like every race kind of be like, "So is Lewis gonna speed the fuck up for me, or what the fuck now?" Oh, what was the one he said today? He said something today, which I remember taking note of at the time, but I don't remember now. It was like, you'll know what it was. It was like early on in the race, where like he was pissed because Hamilton. I think Hamilton was in. I don't remember, man. I don't remember. I just remember him getting on the radio being annoyed about something. And it's always like something to do with Hamilton either not being quick enough, or like he was like, "Guys, what the fuck here? Like, I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to win this race." By the way, you're on lap 2. I know you've just overtaken Verstappen. And after the race, by the way, I'm only just thinking about this now. He said, "Oh, it's such a shame. We got unlucky today. I definitely think we had a chance to go went for the win there." Went for the win. I know you lapped quicker in qualifying, mate, but without that red flag, Verstappen was like 10 plus seconds ahead of Hamilton. I don't know how quick you thought you was gonna go. However good you felt that car was across the whole race. If you actually thought you was gonna beat Verstappen, that is madness. I actually thought we could have went for the win today. Sure. If the right things happened, and the right red flags happened, the right restarts happened in the right way, maybe, but not just off of pure you're 2 laps in and you've overtaken him on the start, but like to be like, "Guys, I'm trying to go for the win here, and I've got my own teammate trying to overtake me." It's like, George, you don't know what this is. It's racing. It's Formula One. He's people are going to try to overtake you. But yeah, no, I kind of like it as well. I've not got official radio of the week, but I'm actually going to give it to that one, even though I don't stand by it because I'm a Hamilton fan and it's kind of against Hamilton in a way. Not really, but it's nothing bad. I just kind of liked it. For some reason, it just gave me laughs. It gave me joy. And you should keep possessions around you that give you joy, or whatever she says. I didn't see the fucking documentary. But yeah, that went on there. We had the first red flag, which was great, because I'm like, finally, I feel like Lewis Hamilton gets pretty unlucky when it comes to safety cars, red flags, pitting under them, timing, just went past it, it's too late. I feel like this time actually got some good luck. He doesn't get to pit because George is in front, he gets to pit, but then the red flag happens, and it's like, okay, it was great you didn't pit them, because now you get to get the free change and stuff. And we basically didn't really see like any pit stops this race because of all the red flags. Everyone was just changing under them. But yeah, it's like, okay, Hamilton's been lucky here. He basically runs the whole race out in P2. He keeps Alonso behind him the whole time. I was happy to see that. After I know Alonso's is better because he actually overtook Hamilton. So it's like a cooler feat than just like keeping someone away from you with like a little stick. But I just didn't want it to be like 2-0 in the Hamilton versus Alonso this season, because I think it was Bahrain or Saudi Arabia, no, Bahrain, I think, where they had that big fight and Alonso came out on top. Their car was a lot stronger than Mercedes at that point in time, but still, Alonso, And I don't get it. Is there a rivalry there or not? Because all I'm seeing is posts from the Formula One Instagram account about how much they love each other. I felt like first race of the season, all the commentators spoke about was how much they fucking hate each other. And as we know, guys, these two, not too fond of each other. And then 2 races later, these guys have a mutual respect. They fucking love fighting. It's just like, do they like each other or not? Do they have a respect or not? Like Verstappen respects Hamilton as a driver. He's the fucking 7-time world champ or whatever. He's obviously quick. Doesn't mean they don't like each other as people. They barely look each other. When they have to stand next to each other on the podium, it's the most awkward thing ever. Hamilton's pretending like, oh, what's that? I fixed my collar actually. Just anything not to look in his direction. They're not buddies, So what is it? Is it he respects him as a driver? They just respect each other as people. Or do they fucking hate each other? Because which narrative are you going to run with Formula One? They keep changing it. And I don't know. I wasn't there when this rivalry started or what happened. So I ain't clued up. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I'm happy as well to see Piastri get his first points in his home race. Obviously, unlike McLaren. Good to see Norris sort of still doing what Norris does. The Australian the first Australian challenge in Daniel Ricciardo, kind of made him look like Donkey Do. And now he's got Piastri, who keeps closer to him. And I think it's weird to imagine, but like, where do you think Daniel Ricciardo would have finished this race? He probably would have DNF'd or like last behind like whoever was last. Like, I don't know if he would have been in the points like Piastri was. So you got to say fair play to Piastri. He's probably doing better than Ricciardo would have done in that car. Whenever I say car, I always hear Christian Horner's voice in my fucking head. Probably talk to a therapist about that. But yeah, happy that Norris is getting points and is in front of Piastri, and he was setting good times. Overtook Hulkenberg in a nice way. It's like he almost wasted him the way he kind of went off track. Hulkenberg, that is, when he overtook him. And yeah, I'm as happy as I can be with that race. The only thing I would have preferred is if like pretty much anyone else won it instead of Verstappen. But then again, it's not because I don't like Verstappen. It's more just out of wanting something different to go. Like, not a Red Bull either, because like it's just been, that's all we've had so far. I'm not sure if we have a race next week. We haven't had consecutive races yet, so I'd hope so. But I'm unsure. Because, you know, these guys love to blue balls or whatever. That's the phrase I was thinking of earlier. Or did I say that on the other thing? No, yeah. That was on this pod. But yeah, that's the race rundown. I think that was everything. I mean, Leclerc went out on the first lap or something. If you're a big Ferrari fan, you'd probably speak about Ferrari. Like, people love to like post memes and stuff about like Leclerc and like Ferrari and how it's sad. But I'm just not a Ferrari fan. I just don't really care that much. Like, I like when I see Leclerc or Sainz do well. I like them as drivers and stuff. But I don't know. I think it's because I'm not in love with them. You know, that I just don't have this sadness when like bad stuff happens. Like, I'm like, oh, it's a shame. But what I'm trying to say is that I don't stand. I've not got a Twitter account with Leclerc's face in the picture where I stand Leclerc and post photos of him in random, you know, candid settings, just sort of like, oh my god, type thing. If you do, that's fine. It's fair enough, you know. If I had to stand any of the drivers, it'd probably be Norris. I mean, I basically was a Norris stan once I got into things, but now I'm a bit more diverse in my love. I share it out, man. I share it across, you know. And that's just how it is. This is disgusting, the amount of snot that's coming out my nose. But what can you do, man? It's life. You gotta roll with the fucking punches. What's the final sector? Sector 3 is the soft, medium, hard award, which I'm literally thinking of right now. The soft award, which is the award that goes to a limp performance, sort of. I don't really remember the performance. They were kind of just there, pretty insignificant. I'm going to give the soft tyre award. It's going to go to, I kind of want to say Lance Stroll, maybe. You know, because these awards are always, you know, they've got to be, relative. And I just think, I don't really remember anything that happened to him in that race. I don't even know where he finished. I don't know if he DNF'd. I don't even fucking know what's gone on. I know he went off track actually in that third red flag, but I don't think he got stuck in the gravel. And I don't know. Alonso's just always the one people talk about when it comes to Aston Martin, and Stroll's just the other one who's just sort of doing all right. But yeah, he gets the soft tyre. Medium tyre, the most mid performance or / overrated performance. I'm giving it to Perez. I'm giving the tyre to Perez because I saw that he won driver of the day. And I'm just like, can we have context with these things? Can we have like, yeah, it sounds great. P20 to P5, yeah, it sounds bloody brilliant. The guy's driving a rocket ship. The guy's got fucking nitros in the back. Like, yes, it's impressive, but like, what do I expect anything less when the guy's in a fucking time machine? You know, there was like a bunch of red flags that maybe helped or didn't help him. I don't know. But it's like, I don't know, like, he's in a fucking sick car. He's in a great car. So I'm giving him the medium award to him because I just think it's a bit overrated. I don't think he should have got driver of the day. I know we did a bunch of overtakes, but I think there was other drivers who should have got it, man. I'm just being real. And I'm going to give the hard tire award. Who had the hardest sort of mean who was aggressive, who excited me the most. I'm biased because I kind of want to give it to Norris. I know I'm biased, but like, he quietly impresses a lot. He got a couple nice overtakes in there, and ultimately he finished P6 with a McLaren that's sort of been like 0 points before that. And that's what I mean. I feel like when they give Drive the Day, they got to take, you got to have some more context taken into account here. We've got to be a bit more relative speaking when we just talk about shit. Gonna give it to Norris. I was moved. You moved me. Because I was moved. What can I say? What can I say? And that's all of them. In terms of the manifestation zone, which is where we just manifest what will happen next week, they're not quite predictions. They're more just sort of what I want. A different winner still. That's going to remain to be one until it happens. Just a different winner that isn't a Red Bull. My second manifestation is going to be... Albon to get points. Don't know, just feeling like I want that. And Verstappen to get none. Because he's running away with it already and we want this to be interesting. We'll at least pretend like there's a fight, right? Because even if he gets none for the next 3 weeks, there's still no fight. We know what's going to fucking happen. But let's pretend. Let's all get together and pretend like there's a fucking chance. Even though we know there's not. Just to sort of convince ourselves that magic is still real, you know. But yeah. That was hard. That was episode 10, I want to say. I don't know what the next race is. Don't know where it is. Don't know when it is. But it will happen and I will be there watching it. So, yeah. We got the hards on. We're going to the end.